Yo, what's up, everyone? I know most of you guys probably watched the Elimination Chamber tonight, but actually, I want to talk about the NBA All-Star Game and just give my thoughts on the whole All-Star weekend. If some of you guys probably missed it, so yeah, let's actually start with the All-Star Game. This just took place. I thought it was a really good game. It was pretty entertaining. I thought last year's game was unwatchable. Usually, these All-Star games have really dead crowds with just a lot of lack of defense, just a lack of effort. But I thought it was pretty good tonight. There was a little bit of a lot of competition between Kobe and LeBron. They were both trying to upstage each other. Kobe won the MVP. He had 37 points. The West actually won the game. I think it was like 141, 137 or something like that. They won by like 4 points. But yeah, the West was up for like most of the game. East made a huge comeback in the second half, led by LeBron James. LeBron actually had a triple-double. He had 25 points, 12 assists, and I believe 10 rebounds. So that I think the only other time a player had a triple-double was Michael Jordan in 1997. Jordan only had 14, 11, and 11. So, wow, you got to give LeBron credit. This is one of the best performances in All-Star Game history. But unfortunately, he didn't win the MVP. It was Kobe, who just, Kobe came out with a lot of aggressiveness. He was just on a mission to win this game and to win the MVP. This is actually Kobe's fourth MVP award, which would I believe he's tied for the record with Bob Pettit now. So yeah, I mean, the thing about the East, like, it seemed like the East didn't give a fuck at first because, you had Bosh, Wade, and LeBron Miami playing with Boston guys, and then you had Dwight Howard. Those guys didn't really like each other, so I just got the feeling like a lot of those guys didn't even want to be there. As far as some of the other guys that had good games, Kevin Durrant had a very solid game. He had like 31 points. He played a great game. But I want to talk about LeBron. LeBron in the second half, LeBron played harder than I've ever seen him play, like in a very long time. Like I would say, he played harder in this game than he did in the playoffs last year. I know it sounds kind of hard to believe, but if you watch the game, I really believe so. Some of the guys like Carmello acted like he didn't give a fuck. So a lot of lukewarm performances. I thought Gasol looked awful out there. I thought he almost lost the game for the West in the second half. Just his defense was just very sluggish, and he was blowing layups, blowing little jumpers. So that was kind of disappointing. But overall, the game was good. There was a nice competitive fire between Kobe and LeBron. Probably leaving something out that was memorable in the game. Blake Griffin probably had the nicest dunk in the game. Darren Williams gave him a nice alley-oop pass. That was pretty sweet. But overall, this All-Star weekend on Saturday night, I wasn't really feeling it. The three-point shootout was very disappointing. Boobie Gibson and Kevin Durant just shot like shit. I mean, I think they had like 6 and 7 out of 25. That was pretty pathetic. Ray Allen and Paul Pierce had pretty good showings, but James Jones from the Miami Heat actually won a three-point contest, so he won it. And all right, so let's touch on the dunk contest. Personally, for me, I thought the dunk contest I just wasn't in the mood for it, so I thought it was really mediocre. I'm just sick of it, to tell you the truth. I just cannot get into it. It's just so played out. It's just so played. Like, if you've been watching the dunk contest since the 90s, I don't see how you could enjoy it nowadays. I just don't see how you can. Um, the dunk contest last year was really bad. Gerald Wallace, Shannon Brown, a lot of those guys had such awful performances. I would say 2010, that dunk contest when Nate Robinson won it again, that was probably the worst dunk contest ever. So, they really tried hard to kind of make up for last year. And I just thought it was a little bit too much, especially bringing out the car. Blake Griffin actually dunked over the hood of a car. I just didn't think it was that big of a deal. I will give JaVale McGee credit. The guy from the Wizards, very tall, lanky dude. He did some awesome dunks last night. He had a great performance. Can't say enough about him. The thing is, the crowd was kind of dead. I really thought for a lot of the dunks. I thought Adaka had a beautiful dunk from the free throw line. Got to give him credit. DeMar DeRozan kind of had a mediocre performance, but overall, it was okay. I just think the dunk contest is just played out. I just can't get into it anymore. That's just my opinion. As someone that's been watching dunk contests since 1993, I just don't give a shit anymore. And let me touch on the skills competition. They do this thing it's called the skills thing where you have to pass the ball through a net and then you have to make a jump shot dribbling on the cones. I really like it. I think it's great. It's it's something that young players could drill themselves into and just get better at. I really think it's a great concept. The problem is though, people walk through it like they don't give a fuck though. They I thought Westbrook actually won the thing, but everyone else is just like, I'm sorry, Westbrook didn't win it. Stephen Curry won it, but Westbrook actually had a great time. But the rest of those guys, just I don't know. Everyone acts like they just don't, nobody cares. But I think it's a great concept, though. I just wish that was taken a little bit more seriously. So overall, I wasn't feeling the events on Saturday, even though most people probably were. That Saturday night was a little bit more of a spectacle. But I like the All-Star game. It was very, very hardly fought. I love LeBron's performance. I think LeBron is in great shape right now. I would say he's probably better than he's ever been. I think playing under the Pat Riley system, he's definitely, as far as, speed and athleticism, as far as running the court, I just think he's in the best shape of his life. I think he looks a lot slimmer as well. I think he's lost a little bit of bulk, and I think that's kind of helped him with the particular way Miami has to play right now. Um, so that's pretty much it. All-Star game was good. Kobe Bryant MVP. This is his fourth All-Star game MVP.